everybody, today I thought we'd go over something a little bit simple, which is how to color your eyebrows to match your wig. Now there's a lot of tutorials on how to do this. This is just the method that I prefer, that I used with my friends at Otakon, and it works for anyone with any type of eyebrows. As you can see, mine are pretty dark and pretty thick, and I work on mine, so you should be able to use this. Plus, this method doesn't use any expensive products or anything specialty, so you should be able to find everything you need really easily. Now this process is ever so slightly different for more natural colors like blonde than it is for, say, blue, so feel free to skip ahead to the point that you need. Now first I'm going to start with the more natural colors. Obviously my eyebrows are brown, they're very dark, so if I'm wearing a dark brown or black wig, I don't really have to do too much to them. But let's say, for demonstration's sake, that I need to make my eyebrows black. Since I'm going darker than my natural eyebrow color, that's super simple. All you need is a black eyeshadow or eyebrow pencil. You can also use an eyeliner or a black mascara. Now, when I'm properly filling in my brows, I usually use a tiny angled brush, like this. And you can totally use that for this, because you don't need to use any cream products beforehand. I'll get to that later. So all you do is you just take your brush, you dip it into your black eyeshadow, and you just kind of fill in your brows. If you're not sure how to fill in your brows, there are tons of tutorials on the internet. Look them up. I'm certain one of them will be able to help you. I just don't want to sound like a broken record. So you can just ta-da! I'm really hoping you can see that difference on camera. Now, in general, if you're doing this, this only works if you are going to a darker color than your natural eyebrow color. So blondes, you're in luck. You can do this with pretty much any color as long as your eyebrows are light enough. But never fear, there is a way to go lighter. It's concealer. It's the kind that comes in what looks like a lipstick tube. You can tell I'm almost out of this, but this is the only way that I use this concealer. It's way too yellow for me. The thing with going blonde is you don't actually want to use something yellow. Unless you're going for a super cartoony look, then I mean go right ahead, but if you want it to look more natural, a very yellow tone concealer will work so much better to make it look so much more natural. It's really creamy, so it's easy to kind of just go right on top, and they'll kind of blend in with my skin a little bit, because this is quite a light concealer. However, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a spoolie and run through it, and that makes it look so much more natural. And then you're gonna get concealer outside of your brows. I'm pretty sure you can see that. But then all you have to do is take your finger and just blend that right into your foundation. However, since this is a cream product, you are going to want to set this. However, I just use my face powder, to be quite honest, because I have very light skin, so all of my face products are very light, so it fits. And you just want to powder it enough that it's not going to be smudging and going everywhere all throughout the day. Okay, so that works for both ends of the spectrum, but what about in the middle? Say you have really dark eyebrows and you want to go to a lighter brown. Well, all you have to do is apply the concealer like I did for the blonde, but instead of powdering with your face powder, you'll powder very carefully to avoid fallout with a brown eyeshadow. Easy as pie. You could also use any kind of sticky base. It doesn't have to be concealer, it just has to be pigmented enough to mute down the color of your own brows. I've also used this, which is a NYX Jumbo Pencil. It's basically face paint on a stick, or like a really creamy eyeliner. So this kind of stuff works too, and these are pretty cheap, they're only a couple of dollars. Now onto the fun stuff, the crazy colors that'll match any wig that you can find. The first thing you're gonna need is either a sticky base like this, you can also use concealer, or face paint in the color that you need. It doesn't have to be the exact shade, but try to get it close. Usually you can pick these up in a pack like this for very cheap, like under $5. You're also going to need the color of eyeshadow that you're going to use. Now wait, don't panic. You do not need to go out and get a palette exactly like this. You can find singles of almost any color at the drugstore. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna get my real eyebrows back so I can change them again to crazier colors. Basically, all you need to do is take your face paint. I prefer these stick kind because they're really easy to control, and it works basically the same way as the concealer that we used earlier. You kind of just want to lightly go over the hairs. The only thing with this is with the concealer, it doesn't really matter if you got it anywhere on your skin. You really want to avoid that with this because these kinds of colors are difficult to get off of your skin. Then, you guessed it, we go in with the spoolie again. Just to even out any clumps. And it helps you define the shape a little bit. So, you're going to take a matching eyeshadow on an eyeshadow brush. I like this kind. I picked this up for like a pack of 3 for like $1. It's not the best brush, but that doesn't matter because what I like about it is all the bristles end at the same point. It's very flat and it's very stiff. That means I can really push the product onto my brows without sweeping it everywhere and getting glue all down my face. If you can't find the correct face paint, you can also do this with the concealer. There we go. Now these were both done using the same eyeshadow, so just be aware if you are using the concealer method rather than the face stick method, the color will be slightly off. It's a little bit lighter and a little bit duller, whereas this side is much more wow in your face blue. But neither method is necessarily better than the other, it just depends on what you have on hand and what you can get at the drugstore. Well, I hope this tutorial was helpful for you guys. I know this is something that boggled my mind when I first got into cosplay, so I'm glad that I found this method, and now I'm glad that I can turn this method over to you guys, so hopefully at least one of you can help. If you have any ideas from the Cosplay Classroom or Cosplay Basics video, please let me know down below and I will be happy to make that happen for you. I hope you guys liked this video, I hope to see you guys in the next video, and as always guys, stay safe. Am I gonna wear blue eyebrows for the rest of the day? You betcha! As long as you just don't rub your face, just no. No. Don't do it. Don't do it, don't do it! I'm watching you. Done! Ow, I just hit my elbow. Oh, it's that kind of day.